Hey, what's up, guys? Just a couple days back from my trip to Nova Scotia, getting my truck, and I am heading to the workshop. First off, we have some cleaning to do. We have a new exciting addition to the shop, and I got to show you guys some knives I've been working on. It's a nice mild evening. Nice swag. Start some work. So the last bit of work I done in the shop was grinding a whole bunch of new blanks to run a batch of knives. Now they're all sitting here ready for heat treat, but my shop is a complete wreck. There's stuff everywhere, there's garbage everywhere, just from working, trying to get different things done. When you're in the pace of everything, stuff gets forgotten. So I also, the dust has been building up in my shop because I broke the hose on my shop vac. I just picked up a new hose for the shop vac. So we're going to go ahead, start off with some cleaning. When I'm doing a good cleaning like this, I don't wear a respirator, but I wear a light mask just because I end up kicking up some dust when I'm sweeping or vacuuming or whatever. A good mask like this, as far as I've seen, is plenty good for this type of work. Now the shop's all clean. Look at all this area. All my belts stacked up. Got rid of all that dust. My workflow can happen again, which is excellent. I like keeping everything organized because it makes it so much faster when you're working. Now, the new shop edition is right here. Now, anyone who's been following me for a while knows I've been looking for an anvil. They're just so hard to find. I know you can pick up some different ones from certain online dealers. I mean, they're still being forged today from custom makers and whatnot, but you're talking thousands and thousands of dollars for an anvil, and I can't invest that kind of money. I've searched high and low. I've asked everyone I can think of to help me out, to hook me up with excuse me, to hook me up with something vintage, something I could pay, you know, so many $100 for, and clean it up a little bit, fix it up, and have a good heavy anvil. I just couldn't find it. What I did go with was this purchase here from Amazon, and yes, I actually found this on Amazon. This was somewhere around the $300 range. Comes in at, I believe, 30 kilos. There's an actual name stamped on it here. ACCIAIO. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it is a nice little anvil for knife making and other small projects. I think it'll do the job. 21 inches overall, so you're talking somewhere in the range of 70 odd 80 pounds. Here's how she looks on top. Okay, so a nice series of sharp edges around here that I still have to dress up. We have our two holes here that I don't have any tools for yet, but they'll still come in very handy. I do have to clean up the top of this horn because it's pretty roughly finished and it's painted, but it is a nice rig. We've got some holes punched here in the base to mount it to a stump or whatever I decide to go with. But I am excited to have an anvil. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but it does ring quite well. I don't have a ball bearing to try on it for any rebound, and I'm not about to slam my ball peen down on this face, but I'm excited. I think it'll be a great start. If anyone has a way or some kind of link to set me up with something bigger or heavier, any of your Newfoundland guys watching that might have something something big and heavy, something in the 100+ pound, 150, 200 pound anvil range, please, if there's a way you can hook me up, that would be awesome. Of course, like I said when I was advertising and looking around for something, I'm willing to pay, but I can't win thousands of dollars. You know, I can pay a decent amount, but not that kind of money. Like I said, this is a good starter option. It's new, it's super clean, it'll need very little work other than dressing up the corners and cleaning up this top surface. Really happy and excited to get playing with it. Now right here is a culmination of lots of hours of work here so far, and we have a whole bunch of knives cut out, completely prepped, ready for heat treat. That means perimeter cut, bevels grinded in, the ones that are going to be hand sanded are hand sanded. All epoxy holes drilled, pin holes drilled. These guys are all ready for heat treat. Now we have that custom bushcraft set. Yes, I'm making another set. I've had a couple inquiries for this set, and I'm currently working through one. That's not going in the heat treat tonight. That's a separate project. But here's another few. We have a couple Islanders here. Couple of Islander blades. These are beautiful pieces. They came out really nice. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Takamore blades here. Here's one in a really nice clean Scandi grind. Isn't that nice? That's a good grind right there, if I do say so myself. One here that will be a little closer to a saber grind. The Takamore is my bushcraft model. We have a custom here, multi-purpose hunting, skinning, bushcraft knife. I love this. I'm going to trace it off for future use, but it's a nice hefty knife. Love the design. It's got a full flat or close to a full flat grind there. And these two beauties I'm really excited about. So right here I have two kitchen knives, two chef's knives. They are modeled after my own personal. I do a lot of cooking, and I like to have a good knife. So I designed a custom built specifically to my taste, exactly like I would want. Now this blade design is modeled after my own custom, my own prototype. I've made a couple now. These are slightly different here. I've got sort of a little bit of a beard going on, but overall it's the exact same design. This one here is going to have a Japanese style. It's a rat tail tang, so we're going to have a handle epoxied over there. The grinds on these are, if I do say so myself, incredible. These are coming down paper thin. When they get those finished bevels on them, man, they are going to be beautiful. What I did with this design, just if I could give a quick description, a lot of my food prep type work is chopping. I don't do a lot of slicing, but if you notice, you grab that big chef's knife with lots of belly. If you notice when you're using that, for me anyways, and most chefs I watch online, you're really only using the portion back here close to the handle. Okay, so you got about 2 inches here that you're using when you're chopping, of course right there in front of your hand. All of this up here is not getting used. However, you still need that tip for cutting and smaller slicing. So what I did is I made a knife that just has that portion like you'd want for chopping, but Santokus are like that, right? They're usually only short, good for chopping, but Santokus have that Warncliffe style really blunt tip, so it's not great for slicing or piercing, that type, deboning. This one is like short like a Santoku, but it has a bit more sweep, and it has that nice sharp nose there for deboning or cutting, slicing. In my opinion, like I said, I designed this to my exact preferences, and I think this knife is incredible. I've been using mine, built on this design, for like 6-8 months now, and it is so good. It's just such a joy to use. The best kitchen knife I've ever used. If anyone happens to be interested in anything I'm making here, or copies or replicas or certain renditions of it, please email me at the email on the screen there now. In case I forget, it's Weiderfan, WEIDERFAN .business@gmail.com, and we can talk about ordering something like this or building something for you if you happen to be interested. Now we've got to fire up the forge. We've got to see if we can get these all hardened, all besides that 2 knife set. So I'd love to be able to get all of these hardened here this evening. I did the 6 Tuckamores and 1 custom. That's about all I can get in my tempering oven. So I'm going to stop right there, because ideally you want to temper right after your quench, right after your hardening, while the blades are still warm. You shouldn't cool them right down, leave them for a couple days and come back. Ideally you don't want to do that. You want to go right into the tempering oven. So we're going to stop there. Just let me show you guys these beauties, how they're looking here now. Look at those beautiful colors. Sorry I don't do a better job filming the quench process. It moves so fast and I'm so particular. I want to get it just right. I really don't want to have to do things over and re-anneal my steel, because that's a lot of work to do that. So things go really fast. One of these days I'm going to have to get Cody or Ray or someone to come here and film me when I'm doing it, because I just can't run the camera and run the forge and everything at the same time. It's just too much. So sorry about that, but these are about to go in the tempering oven. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Please leave me a comment down below. It helps boost the video. YouTube takes a little more interest in it if it gets more likes and comments, so I appreciate that. Thanks again for watching. I'm just going to hang out here, wait for those to finish tempering. Look at this nice residual glow in the forge there. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'm going to enjoy this nice night. See you in the next one. Scratch that, I just threw the knives in the oven there, and I decided I need to at least warm up a little bit of steel and tap it on that anvil. Even though the anvil's not all prepped yet, I've got to have a few strikes on it, just to feel what it feels like to strike on that big heavy piece of steel.